Hello. So I've got my One Bear Lost book here because I'm going to be drawing a bear today. Now, I'm not going to draw the bears like these. These look more realistic than the one. I'm going to draw mine sort of like a teddy bear wrapped up in a scarf. But I love in this book how there are all these different shades of browns and grays. So we'll look back at that when we get to the coloring part. So I've got two different sizes of paper just to kind of show you how you'll fill the page no matter what size paper you have. I'm using a Sharpie so you can see, but of course you're going to start in pencil so you can erase any mistakes. So the idea is that we're doing an up close picture of a bear, just like this here, where you don't see the rest of the body. It's just up close of the head and the shoulders. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing is I want to make a big head shape to fill my page. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to start. I'm going to kind of start right about here and just make a big, kind of big rounded shape for the head, and does not have to be perfect. So there's my head shape, not perfect. Now on this one, I can't draw it that big on there, it won't fit. So I'm going to do my head shape right here. And look, it's different than that one, and yours can be different too. I don't want it to look exactly the same. And I want you to be able to kind of make it how you want. So now this part here is going to be where the scarf is, the scarf. And I want it to be a nice, thick, almost a rectangle shape because I'm going to have a lot of patterns on my scarf. So I'm going to connect these two, and you could connect it with kind of a curved line, or you could go straight across. Now on this one, I'm going to actually show you in pencil. I'm going to go straight across. And because there's part of this I want to erase. So I'm going to show you on this one first. You can watch both, and you could always go back and watch again of which one that you like. So for this one, this will be a little bit simpler. I'm going to go down and down on both sides. And remember, you don't want it too little like that because you want to be able to have a nice big thick scarf. So I'm going to come down on both sides, and then I'm going to connect those two lines with a little bit of a curve again. And then for my scarf, I'm going to do a letter L. I'm going to go down from here, L, and then go back up. And then I'm going to do another L right here, L, but that's just going to stop there. If you have room, you can go back up, but I don't have room. This little piece is underneath this piece. So on this one, I want part of the scarf to look like it's going over. So I'm actually going to curve a line right here, and then I can draw the sides, and I'm going to curve that, go across like that, and then there might be another piece underneath like that. So I'm going to trace this so you can see what I did. So I connected that. You can almost start by doing this piece first, then going down, down, and then connecting it, making sure you jump over that line, and then a little L. A lot of the lines and shapes you see in here are simple letters or shapes that you already know. So now for the body, guess what? All I have to do is bring this line all the way down to the bottom from the scarf, all the way down. Don't stop here, don't stop there, keep going all the way down. Same on this side, all the way down. And same goes for this bear. Boop, all the way down, all the way down. Now, if you have a lot of room on here, maybe you could add a little paw. Maybe the little paw is holding something, or maybe you have a little belly. So I'm actually gonna do a big hill right here and do a belly, but I have to stop at the scarf, pretend that I'm going over it, and then come back down. And this one, this is gonna have a smaller belly, maybe a shorter belly. Okay, and you don't have to show the arms coming out. If you wanted to, you could do two lines like this that would be kind of those front arms coming down. Okay, now for the nose. We're gonna do kind of the muzzle, and this is the part where it looks more like a teddy bear than a real bear. Although you can see on here, see how some of their muzzles are a little bit lighter than the rest of their face. So that's kind of what I'm going for. And I'm gonna start here and do another big, big shape. You don't want it too little, but it's up to you. I'm gonna do one maybe a little bit smaller here, but this one I'm gonna do a lot bigger. Okay, then for your nose shape, you can do a V or a U, and you're just gonna draw it from the top of this line and go down and up. So here's a U, or you could do more of a V. Now, the next thing is the smile. Now, if you want it to just be kind of like that, you can do that. Now, I want mine to be kind of smiley. So I'm gonna draw a straight line down and then a little smile. Now, if you have a black, you are going to actually color that little nose in black. And I like to leave a little circle. Do you see that little oval? Actually, a little oval of white. That's just how, sometimes they're little wet noses. The little light shines off of it. So there's a little white highlight on there, just where the light is reflecting. I'm going to do the same thing on this one and color that in. Okay, for the eyes, you can do the eyes in different ways. I'm going to do 2 circles. Are they perfect circles? No, they don't have to be perfect circles. Those are kind of big. On this one, I'm going to do them a little bit smaller. This is whatever you like. And then on here, I might do some black circles in the middle. He's a happy bear. And then on this one, maybe I'm going to make that little highlight again where the light reflects off our eyes because they're shiny, aren't they? And that's going to be that little bear. See how they're different? There's no wrong way to do that. Now for the ears, right? Those are just 2 little hills. 1, 2, and then on the inside of it, you add a baby hill. 1, 2. Oh, look at that. And then here, I'm going to do these ears a little bit more on the side. And I'll do my little baby part there too. Okay, now this bear really fills up the page, doesn't it? Now this bear has a little bit of room at the top, and I could do maybe some stars and make it at night. I could draw some clouds or some snowflakes. I'm actually going to add a little hat. So I'm going to go up and curve around, and then I'm going to make this like a mountain. I'm going to go up and back down, and then I'm going to add a little puff. You could add a bow in the hair. You could add something else that you think of if you want earmuffs. Of course, then you might have to cover up the ears. So I like it like this, and this one I think is just fine. Now for the scarf, we've got to make it fancy pants. We don't want it just to be plain. Now you could do something simple like stripes. So I'm going to add a skinny stripe and then a thick stripe. Skinny stripe, thick stripe. And then I'll put a little one there. And then these ones go this way, right? So I've got to do these stripes going down like this. And then these ones will be a little bit different back there, right? Because they're behind. Okay, now this one I'm going to get a little bit fancier. Now you could do zigzag stripes. On this one, oh, you could do polka dots. I'm going to make this into different sections like this. And now it's like each one is a place that I could add designs. So on this one, I'm going to add polka dots. And then I'm going to skip and I'm going to do polka dots again. I'm going to make a pattern of polka dots, and then here maybe I'll skip that one and put polka dots here, and then not do that one. I'm going to put this here just because I want it to look a little bit interesting. And on this one, I could put diagonal stripes. I could put other types of like wavy lines. So I think I'm going to do some zigzags going this way, and just a couple, just a big zigzag like that. All right. Is there anything else we need to add? I think I might add a couple snowflakes behind here. Watch how I do this. Remember I said a lot of it's letters? Look, what letter is that? An X. And then I just add another line through there. Okay, that's a simple snowflake. I'm going to do another one right here. X, another line. But if I want to make them fancy, I can just add some different things. So let me show you. Oh, I'm going to do a big one right there. That's a big snowflake. Okay, on this one, I'm going to put lines so I cross them like they're letter T's. Choop. Can you see that? Yes. On this one, I'm going to put O's on the end of them. O, O, O. Okay. Then on this one, I'm going to top it like a capital T. I'm going to put the lines at the top. And then this one, I'm going to put a mountain between each one. Mountain, 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 mountain. You can also add some big, just round snowflakes coming down. I kind of like the mix of both the round. Oh, let me add another one up here of like this. Now, if you want to get extra fancy, you just combine some of the things together. So on here, if I want to do, I could do cross it like the lowercase t's and then put the circle at the top. So I just did 2 things and put them together. On this one, I could add those mountains to this. That's fancy. Isn't that a fancy snowflake? But you could also just do yours like that. Okay, so there are my drawings of my bears. They look different, don't they? But I did the same steps. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to color. So I'm going to grab, I've got a brown color pencil. I've got a brown crayon. Let's see what else. I don't have all the colors. Like I don't have a brown marker. So I'm going to get some other colors. Let's see. Oh, I've got a red in there. Oh, I'm going to grab that red crayon. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to start by doing the bear. And I can use one crayon in two different ways. So watch this. Let me put some paper behind it, or I'm going to get the texture of the table as I color. So with one crayon, I could color very lightly on the muzzle. See how carefully I did that? And very lightly inside the ear. Oh, and very lightly on that little bear belly, so fuzzy and fluffy. If you want to add some lines to make it look furry, you could add little lines in it like this, like that. Maybe I could add some of that in there. But I can also press down harder now. So I'm only using one brown crayon, but look what I get. I get two different kinds of browns just by how hard I pressed. And now I've got my little fur, and then my belly looks different. And your brown might be different, just like in this book. Maybe you have a gray, maybe you have a reddish brown. And then I would go through and I would also color the head. So I will finish doing that whole thing. Boop, boop, boop. Imagine I finished that. Now for my scarf, I'm actually gonna do red and white. And I like to press down hard because I want this to be a nice, really bold red instead of pressing down too lightly. And I'm just gonna skip and make my pattern of red, white, red, white. And I think that looks really nice on my scarf. Could you do rainbow colors? Oh yeah. Could you do red and green or blue and purple? Oh yes. And I want my hat to look kind of similar. So I'm gonna do, I might make this part red and the rest white. And I just go slowly to color carefully. You wanna take your time. Then I do like a blue sky for these. I think they look really nice, but could you do sunset colors? Oh, yes, you could. Now on this one, I'm just gonna do round circles for snow. So I wanna draw those first. And some of them can go off the edge too, if you can see that. See how some go off the edge or behind my bear? And then I go in and I color very carefully around my little snowflakes. And look at that. Look how they all come down like that. Oh my goodness. Then you can really see them, and I just color the whole thing. So I would finish the whole picture and color it in really carefully. All right, now let me go over to here real quick. Let me put my bear here. And on this one, I've got my brown color pencil. So I can do the same thing. Oh, look, this is sort of darker. So let me come in here like this. Now this will take a little bit longer to use a color pencil. I do actually like the crayon for this. Can you see that little texture? That's because my table has a roughness to it. So it's coming through when I color, but I kind of like that because the fur has a little texture, right? So it doesn't look super smooth. Look at that. You can do this on different tables or put other things like fabric underneath your bear. So I'm gonna do that. Now I don't want this to be the same. I don't want that to be darker either, so I might use this. Now, if you were doing this at home, you might even have paint or markers or oil pastels. Now, make sure when you get to the eye that you go around the eye and leave the white. Don't go fast and color over that eye. You want that white to stand out just like that. I might even add little eyebrows. Look at that. He's happy. He's happy. He's got a nice warm scarf on and his nice fluffy fur. So I would finish coloring that in. Now for this scarf with all those patterns, oh my goodness, I want to add lots of different colors. So I'm going to go in with my marker and trace the area very slowly. And you can be coloring now and just see how carefully I am coloring this. Look at that. Trace, and then I can go a little bit quicker to color it in. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing on that section and here and match those colors. And then I can go in with other colors. I almost grabbed the blue, but I thought, you know, if I do a blue sky, oh, you know what I could do? Maybe this will look like snow here. And guess what? I'm not going to do a blue sky for this background. And this is the background, the area around the bear. I think I want to have a purple one, a purple sky. So I'm going to come in with my purple and go around those little parts of my snowflake. You want to make those kind of big so you're able to color around them. Now this is black Sharpie that I use, so you could draw your snowflakes in blue color pencil or black crayon. And look how I go around, and look how I go all the way to the edge too, and all the way up to my bear. And I can go a little bit quicker now that I've outlined. So I would color the whole background in purple, my whole bear in brown. I'll leave the eyes white. Maybe I'll leave the snowballs and my polka dots white so they kind of match. And then I'll color the body. So you want to fill in the whole page. So good luck drawing and coloring your bear.